What's going on, people? I am quite a bit late here. Had to take care of a couple things this morning before I could hop on and be here with you. But here I am. I was watching the game while I was doing the other things I needed to do. And we started out strong. And here we come again right now through Manutd. Um, but yeah, like we had Spurs defending for their lives the first felt like 8 or 9 minutes there. Um, so I think Spurs are starting to kind of grow into the game a little bit. But when we first started, though, it was like all one-way traffic. I thought we were going to score in that first 10 or so minutes. But here we are, 19th minute with a throw in for Manchester United. Oof, nice 1-2 between Mallard and Sandberg there, but unfortunately Neville was there to clean that up. Looks like. Honestly, I feel like it's kind of like a matter of time situation um, with how we're playing. Like I think it's just a matter of time before we put one in the back of the net. Spurs playing across their box. Park in the box. Oof. There was some teamwork between. I don't know if that was Koga who got the touch or Cop who got the touch to keep it out. But that was Park in the box. Left footed shot. Yeah, it's like Koga got head to it. Pretty much off the line. Like I said, Spurs are kind of fighting for their lives at the moment. So, you know, I'm I think it's a matter of time. Corner kick, here we go into the box. Claimed by Cop. Let's see, let me move this over here. Look at my stats there. Leticia on the ball, playing across to Janssen. Leticia Janssen both in the Spurs defensive half. Like I said, I think it's kind of a matter of time, really, before we score. Here comes Mallard on the left hand side, ball into the box. Kicked away by Koga. Follow up shot. First time by Miyazawa. Just wide. I feel like, too, I'm looking at this lineup, and I feel like after the heat that the fans gave Skinner in the last few games, well, a few games back now, but it was like a run of games where he was kind of like playing with the lineup a bit. I think after like the fans really gave it to Skinner, they were like, "Look, you need to stick with the same lineup, the lineup that was winning when we started the season." And so I think he's back to that now. Finally, the last couple of games has been, I think, the same 11. Looks like Holt was getting some treatment there on the pitch for Spurs. Holt's leaving the pitch. So while that's going on, we've had 65% possession. We have had 8 total shots compared to Spurs, 1 shot, and we've had 2 on target. Spurs have had 1 on target. So Spurs have one big chance, really. You put it all together. We've had a couple chances, especially that last one uh, that the Spurs defender cleared off the line from Park. All right, we're about to resume play here through Cup. The goal kick for Spurs. I noticed Cop was wearing a mask too. I wonder if her and Fallon are laughed about that when they came out, since they're both wearing masks. Miyazawa over to Sandberg. Sandberg up to Mallard. Mallard 1-on-1 against Neville. Still dancing. Drops it back to Miyazawa. Miyazawa takes another long shot. Off the crossbar. Wow. Wow, that was like 20 something yards out. No, that was in. That wasn't out. The ball's in. Come on, referee. Anyway, that was a heck of a shot from Miyazawa. That was probably like 25 yards out, it seemed like. That was an absolute rocket. That was going upper 92, but it just took a last little curve and it hit the crossbar. That was pretty sick, though. Wow. Wow. They keep showing that. I mean, even though it didn't go in, just like the beauty in that strike, in that ball flight, that was, I could watch that all day. Spurs on the ball now. Koga over to Neville. Some good defense from Janssen there. Throw in for Spurs just across the halfway line. Spurs go down line. Try and play it forward to nobody. That rolls out for a goal kick for Manchester United. I think that was Beth England who tried to force that ball through. All right, Fallon's restarted us. Leticia has the ball over to Janssen now. Top of the box. Janssen's pushing forward. Sandberg, she gets closed down quickly. Spurs ball. Spurs coming the other way. Ooh, was that a handball? I don't know. Might have been a handball. Oof. Nice, good press, good press. Come on, get the ball back. Spurs, Spurs still have it though. Spurs played it out of that one. I think they got kind of lucky on that one. We were pressing them pretty hard there. Um, I think that was, who was that? Was it adding my way here? I think that was Nilden who almost got caught on it. The Spurs still have the ball, so it's a bit of a spell of possession for them. Touch too far, good defense from Park. Oh, try to force that. Falls to Sandberg. Miyazawa in the center circle. Miyazawa calms it down and goes back to Janssen. Letitia looks at Riviera, goes back to Janssen. Janssen goes to Mallard. Sandberg making the underlap. Mallard gets past Neville. Mallard's past two. Mallard went down kind of easily there, though. I think that wasn't the smart choice. Miyazawa called for a foul on the Spurs player, but Mallard got past 2 players and then kind of took a seat. I think if she had just kept going and put the ball in the box, probably would have been a better choice. All right, we restart. Spurs on the ball. Giveaway to Miyazawa. Miyazawa to Tune into the box. Tune shoots. His Spurs player. Spurs try to clear. Ziggiatti almost got another bite, another shot, but that deflects out for, I think, a throw in for Spurs. Spurs players needing some attention for a minute. I think that was Hunt who went down for a minute there. All right, so Nilden for Spurs with the throw deep in the Spurs territory. That throw looked a little iffy, but whatever. It's like England on the ball. Goes long. Letitia in a foot race with Vinberg. Letitia wins it. Does well, gives it to Janssen. Janssen to Riviere. Riviere goes up line. Nice little flick on from Turlin. Park can't quite get there, though. So Nilden gets to it first and goes back to Kopp. Kopp with a foot on the ball. England tries to draw the foul in the midfield, but can't. Let's tune to Park. Park looking for options. Ziggiatti over to Miyazawa. Out to Sandberg. Outside the box. Into the box. Cross blocked. Out for a corner kick for Manchester United. Losing my voice here. Yeah, Spurs don't look comfortable defending. Not at all. Like, I know that we pressed them and they nearly coughed it up. I think we need to keep doing that because Spurs do not look comfortable at all trying to defend. Ball's in from the corner. Far post. I think Turling gets a head to it, but it goes wide. That is a goal kick for Spurs. While we are waiting for the goal kick, if you wouldn't mind hitting that like button and subscribing if you are new, and just say hello in the chat. Don't be shy. This is a welcoming community, a small community, but strong and mighty. So feel free to get in the chat and share what you think about the match so far. Spurs on the ball at the moment, but again, looking a little frantic. Ball's changing hands rapidly in the midfield here. Tackle's flying in, but now Spurs come away with it. Here comes Spurs into the box. That's cut out by Leticia, though. Well done. I think Leticia tried to clear it, but that ball might have skipped out of bounds. It's a short throw from Neville. Spurs going back. Ooh, loose pass. Controlling get there first. Oof. Kopp was off her line. Kopp is way out of the box. Forget off her line. Kopp was like 25 yards outside of the off the line, 25 yards out. But anyway, I thought that Turlin had a free run at goal there for a minute, but like I said, Kopp was smart too. But here comes Spurs again down the left hand side. Sandberg puts it out for a corner kick for Spurs. And Spurs, I mean, they're from what I'm seeing of them right now, they're a bit bizarre. It's like they don't they aren't press resistant. They look a little iffy in their attack. Somehow they kind of bumbled the ball forward. and get kind of in and around the box. I'm not sure what their game plan is. It's a little bit bizarre. I'm trying to work it out. Anyway, corner kick for Spurs. Ball in. They put that right on top of Fallon. Ball is loose in the box still. Body's falling. Ball still loose. Finally cleared away. They got kind of scrappy, and that was worrying for a minute there. My concern is because we haven't scored yet. It's 34th minute. We haven't scored. We've had the majority of the ball. We've had some promising attacks. We haven't scored. So my worry is, hold on, Spurs in the box, clear opportunity. Oof, fired over the top. Fired over the top by Spence, looks like. But no, what I was going to say is that my worry is that Spurs nick a goal, um, and put us behind, and then we have to, make a comeback here. I'm just watching this replay here, the scramble in the box. Yeah, Zagatti finally got her foot to it and cleared it, but and Spurs are pressing us high, so we've got a goal kick right now in case you aren't able to watch. They're standing right outside our box waiting for the short pass. Spurs playing with a little bit of confidence now, it looks like. Looking a little bit more put together than they were before, especially in the first 10 minutes of the game. But yeah, I'm worried about them nicking like a 1-0 or something like this out of this match. I mean, it felt like a matter of time before we scored, but I don't know. I'm a little worried now. Cup has the ball. Spurs go long. Riviere heads it. Spurs on the ball still. England out on the left hand side against Riviere. Pass inside to Spence. Here comes Spurs charging forward again. This is what I'm worried about. Like they somehow bumble the ball forward. Low cross cleared out by Janssen. Out of bounds for not quite out of bounds. Spurs keep it in. Okay. Here comes Spurs again. Spurs still attacking. Ball into the box. Flicked on. 1-0. That's exactly what I was worried about. That is exactly what I was worried about. Beth England. That is exactly what I was worried about. That is exactly what I was worried about. 1-0 Spurs. I literally just sat there and said that. Literally just sat there and talked through it, talked through it, talked through it, and boom, it happened. Maybe I need to talk up some lottery numbers next time. Maybe I'll win that. But mm. It was a great header. That was a great header, to be honest. She beat Jade to the ball, Riviere, and she just got her head to it. Great header, pinged it off the bottom of the crossbar into the back of the net. So I mean that's hard to save. That's a good header, hard to save. So you know, credit to Beth England. I mean, of course, Beth England, right? Though you kind of expect something from her. Here comes Jess Park looking for options. Mallard on the left hand side. Sandberg with the underlap again. Back to Janssen. Janssen over to Letitia. That was an iffy pass, but it got there. Letitia stepped really far forward. Tries to play a penetrating pass that goes all the way through to Cop. See, this is exactly what I was worried about. This is exactly what I was worried about. Them growing in confidence, nicking a goal. Now we're down 1-0. 38th minute. Here goes Mallard. Mallard looking for some help. Toon. Toon can't quite make anything out of that. That's cleared by Spurs. Only as far as Ziggiati, though. Ziggiati to Turlin. Turlin to Riviere. Riviere, who stepped up pretty far. No one's going into the corner for Riviere, so she has to do it herself. Ball in. Mallard with the ball on the other side, the left hand side. Mallard cuts inside, shoots. Ooh, crossbar. Turlin saves off the line. How? How have we not scored here? How have we not scored here? That was a great shot from Mallard. That was a great shot. Off the crossbar, though. That's two for us off the crossbar. Miyazawa having off the crossbar, too, from a similar spot. Oh. And then Koga saves it off the line again. Turlin's chance. So, I mean, it's. I think Turlin was on the wrong end of that keeper's punch just now. I just hope this isn't one of those games. Like I said, I talked it up. I hope this is not one of those matches where it's like I said, Spurs nick this 1-0. You know, off of a great header. I can't lie, off of a great header. Um, and then we, somehow just keep hitting the crossbar and just not scoring. And then, you know, here comes the rain. It is pouring now. So Trillin has to leave the pitch because obviously the physios came on to see her, to tend to her. Oof. Sandberg to take the corner kick. Ball into the box. Off the crossbar again. Off the crossbar again. Oh my goodness. Fallon has the ball at her feet at damn near the halfway line, but off the crossbar again. That's 3 times in the first half. How many times are we going to hit that daggone crossbar? I'm telling you, this is shaping up to be exactly what I said. I hope not. I hope not. We're in the 42nd minute. There's still plenty of football left to be played. But I mean, the unluckiness, if that's even a word, the lack of luck for Manchester United at the moment is absurd. Someone somewhere, I don't know, buried a voodoo doll there at the pitch or something. Because I mean, like, hit the crossbar 3 times now, 3 times in the first half. Meanwhile, they hit the crossbar and score. So yeah, goal kick here for Cop Spurs. Yeah, I was just tweeting there. I'm like, and by the way, you can follow me here. I think I pointed the right way. I don't know. Anyway, my handle there, Bryan UTD on Twitter or X, whatever it's called now. But yeah, I was just tweeting out what I just said. Like, hit the crossbar 3 times, doesn't go in. They hit it once, it goes in. Right now, the ball's bouncing loose in the midfield. Spurs come away with it. They're trying to see out the half now. I think. Riviera goes up the pitch looking for Park. Park's not going to win that foot race. That rolls all the way through to Cap. Tise wins that first header and the second one. That falls to a Spurs player, but then falls to Park. Park forces the pass right to a Spurs defender. Ziggy gets megged. And now Spurs have the ball. Spurs still in the ball. Spurs through Nilden. Nilden back to Cop. Cop takes a touch. Goes up the pitch, up their right hand side, our left hand side. That goes out for a throw in. Sandberg jogs over the take. 4 minutes of stoppage time. 4 minutes. Cop has the ball. Couple bounces. Eating up that clock. I don't blame her. She goes along with the punt. And England wins that first header. United fans looking a little grim faced right now. Over the top, Turlin in a foot race with Koga. Koga does very well. And TCA kind of flips her lines on the other side. That falls awkwardly. Here comes Spurs. Spurs into our box. Vinberg. Couple step overs. Cut back. Spence. Here comes Spurs attacking still down our left hand side. Ball into the box. Cross. 2-0. Like what do you say in this moment? Like I Neville crosses it in. Not sure who's supposed to be marking the Spurs player. That was between Riviere and Park. I don't know what the hell went wrong. Uh, I don't even know. Who was that? Suminen? Yeah, Suminen. Uh, what is happening? Leticia on the ball. Skips Park, goes Riviere. Park in the last about 30 seconds of the stoppage time, by the way, it was 4 minutes. So we played about 3.5 minutes. So we got about less than 30 seconds, less than half a minute left now. Um, Someone probably be added for the second goal that Spurs scored. I don't know, man. I don't even know what to say, honestly. Like, I don't know if we've been sussed out or what the deal is. Why we just I don't know. All right, the 4 minutes stoppage time have been played, but we're playing on a bit again because of the goal, the celebrations, and whatnot. So probably another 10, 15 seconds here. Although that pass rolled out for a goal kick for Spurs. I feel suddenly exhausted. I feel exhausted, like out of nowhere. I feel tired. That's halftime. That's halftime. Let me stop my timer because like I don't have words, but I will try and find some. Let me just set this timer here for the second half. All right, let me minimize that and get that out of the way. Okay, stats, halftime stats. So our possession was like 65%. It's now down to 54%. Um, Spurs have had three big chances. We've had one. We've had 14 shots. Spurs have had four shots. Um, so yeah, crazy, crazy, right? So yeah, we've had 14 shots. Spurs have had four shots. We've had three on target. Spurs have had three on target. So they're much more efficient and accurate with their shooting because they scored two of those goals as well that were on target. So they've had four shots, three on target, two they've scored. So like insane conversion rate at the moment for Spurs. We've hit the post, the crossbar specifically, three times in that first half. 14 shots, three on target, three hit the crossbar. We've had seven more shots off target. The Spurs have had one off target. Like already, one of our problems that I see time and time again is we will rain shots, but somehow just not finish. So we need some more lethal finishing in the box. So I mean, in and around the box. Like it's crazy. It's crazy. Like we need finishing. We need I don't know. We need everything. We need to go into the market in January. We don't have a choice. We don't have a choice. We have to go into the market in January because as it stands, I mean, what are we? What are we? Fifth? Fifth as it stands, 20 points. Spurs have leapfrogged this. If this result stands, they'll have 22. Um, City running with the title right now at 30 points. Chelsea have 6 points behind, 24 points. Arsenal 2 points behind Chelsea with 22 points, and as it currently stands, same with Spurs, 22 points, and us in fifth with 20 points. I mean, look, to me, the league is gone. 10 points, and City is running away with it. So the league is gone, if you ask me. Um, we've got the Champions League, which, as you see, when we come up against the big girls in the Champions League, we suffer. We don't do well. So if you think about it, look at it. The league's gone. The Champions League is going to be, we're going to do our best, but it's not going to be pretty. Especially when, like I said, we've met some of the big teams already, the big girls, and they spanked us. So um, we have to get reinforcements. We have to improve in January. Otherwise, I mean, we'll find ourselves out of Europe and kind of sort of back to square one in some ways. So we have to improve. Because I can't even say that I feel like we've been sussed out. Like, I mean, I know I was asking that question earlier, but I mean, I don't know. I don't know. I feel like I feel like we kind of have been sussed out in some ways. So I'll put that at Skinner's feet. But so like again, our shot conversion is awful, awful, and it has been the past few games. I mean, it has been for a while. Honestly, we've been kind of getting away with it, but our conversion has been awful. I'm not sure where this lazy defense is coming from. I kind of feel like Riviera is partially at fault twice now. and Park too, partially. We're trying to force the ball in attack. Um, our players just look a little bit slow, right? Um, we're not winning enough foot races, and I'm talking about this game, but also in general, right? We're not winning enough foot races. We're not winning enough duels. We're not. I don't know. We're just not good enough right now. We're not good enough, and I hate to say it because like you want to be positive and you tend to, I'll just call it like it is, right? You tend to lean more positive with the women's game because you know how badly it gets disrespected and whatnot, and you want it to grow, you want it to get more popular, you want people to open their eyes and see the talent that is before them on display. So you try not to say things like, oh, they're not good enough, or you know this and that, or change the manager, this that. You try to lean positive, but I'm kind of at the point now where I'm just like, look, like we're just not good enough. Like you got to call it like it is, right? We're just not good enough, and we're seeing it now across all fronts. Um, you know, I'm not trying to be negative, but it's just what it is. This is what it is. I mean, you guys let me know what you think in the chat, in the comments, but just not good enough. Just not good enough. I'm gonna see what's happening on Twitter here, on X, see what people are saying. Um, let's see. Yeah, this is getting ridiculous now. Yep, this is crap. Yep. There's no way we hit the crossbar as many times and not scored. Gone from one of the best defensive units around Europe to being so defensively naive and poor. Lack of clinical finishing has been an issue for ages, but our defending recently has been all over the place. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Not good enough. Not good enough. Not good enough. I'm gonna respond to this one message here. They're just showing some first half highlights. They're showing us probably hitting the post 3 times, like I said, and Spurs their 2 goals. Yeah, I don't know. I'm kind of racking my brain here, just trying to figure out, like, and think, like, what is happening. One thing too, like the body language for the team hasn't been good. Have you noticed that? I feel like the first sign of it came from Letitia, and I forget which match it was. I forget which match it was, but I remember that she like kind of threw her hands up at a teammate and started yelling a bit. And I hadn't really seen that happen much until that match. I forget which one it was. I'll have to go back and look at my tweets and see, because I think I tweeted it out and said something about it. And I was like, oh, wow. And I feel like ever since then, I'm not saying she's at fault. I'm not. I'm not. But ever since that, I've been noticing, now that I think back on it, more and more times where I've seen players kind of exhibit some poor body language, um, or some negative body language, I should say. And I wonder if something's going on in the team. I wonder if there's like some unrest or some discomfort, or I don't know, maybe they don't like that Skinner has been saying that he wants more players. Maybe they don't like that. I don't know. Maybe he was too forthright with that to the players' liking. Maybe it's the weather. I don't know. Something. But I have noticed an uptick in like negative body language from the players. Um, so that's a little bit concerning as well. Um, again, I don't know. I don't know. I mean, we've seen good teams fall apart because they can't get along. And I'm not saying that there's issues like that in the team, but I feel like something, I don't know, something's up, because I mean, the defensive lapses, right? I feel like whenever there's a bit of unrest in the team, the defense falls apart first. I know that sounds weird and oddly specific, but just like if I remember my playing days and just watching teams, it feels like the defense falls apart first. Like if it's a good team and they're scoring and they're defending well, but then like I said, you know, there's some unrest, there's something negative going on in the team, then I feel like the defense falls apart first. They start letting in more goals. They're still scoring, and then eventually the goals start drying up, and then the team just falls. Um, so I don't know. That's my whole long rant and spiel about that. So we'll see. Well, again, you let me know what you guys think. Anyway, just responding to some messages. Come on, second half. Let's go. Like I'm ready for the second half to start. Like this is dragging on. Like I'm ready for us to get back out there, turn this around, and walk out of here with 3 points. That's what I'm waiting on. It's still snowing like crazy outside. Wow. I'll clear my driveway later. They're showing Beth England's stats: 1 goal scored, 1 shot on target, 2 touches in our box. I mean, talk about efficient, right? Like, geez. All right, players back out for the second half. Let's turn this around. Come on. All right, make my timer started here. Second half. Come on. Let's go. Come on. Come on. Here we go. Why did my timer not start? Hello. All right, whatever. My timer's not started. I don't think it is. Let me see. Is it going? Okay, it's going. Never mind. It's going. I thought it wasn't going, but we're good. All right. Don't think I see any changes at the moment. Scanning across the team now. Yeah. So Riviera at the cross to the box. That's turned away by Spurs. Park recovers. A 1-2 at tune. Shot blocked. United are coming out hard this half. We're coming out hard. All right, United on the ball at this point. Fallon well out of her box. Plays it over to Jansen. Jansen over to Sandberg. Sandberg to Mallard. Mallard. Little 1-2. Mallard, Miyazawa. Ball's overcooked. Spurs cleared. Miyazawa now has the ball. Ziggiati. Park. Give and go. Have a shot. Tune. Weak shot. Right at Cop. Better, though. Much better. Better. The TCA over the Riviere. That ball's overcooked as well. Out of bounds. Another goal kick for Spurs. Ooh, I can see the intensity. I can see us trying to play harder and faster, but like we got to connect our passes though, because we've kicked the ball out of bounds several times now, um, or we've misplaced passes. So we need to like control that urgency a bit more. Miyazawa looking for options. Still Miyazawa gives up the Ziggiati. Ziggiati back to Miyazawa. Miyazawa over to Leticia, who has stepped forward over Riviere. Riviere tries to get around her marker. Can't quite get around her. Throw it in for Spurs. Letitia on the ball, bringing it forward out to Riviere. Riviere goes up the pitch. That's put out of bounds. Throw in Spurs. Or no, I'm sorry, throw in Manchester United. Sandberg with an iffy touch, but go gets away with it. Kind of, sort of, yeah. Letitia and Janssen pass it back and forth across the center circle. Now Sandberg looking inside to Turlin. Turlin is outmuscled. You don't say that one often. It's a little bit loosey goosey here in the midfield. I mean, it's the ball keeps changing hands a bit, but for the most part, it stayed in our attacking half, Spurs defensive half. But we just, I don't know, like we just look a little bit bereft of ideas. Here we go, Sandberg. That's out for a corner kick. Yeah, we need a little more creativeness. A little more creativeness. I'm not sure what's happened with Park. I feel like she was doing all of that for a while. I don't know if I like. I don't know if I like Park being kind of out on the wing and Tune sitting in the middle. I know like this is gonna upset some people, but it's headed wide by Turlin. That is a goal kick. That's a goal kick for Spurs. That was a good chance though. I know I'm gonna upset some people by saying this. Park needs to be playing where Tune's playing. Tune right now is playing like in that central 10 role, right? Because right now I think we're playing a 4-2-3-1. So she's in the middle of that three that's sitting behind Turlin. I think Park needs to be there. Um, and I think Tune might need to sit on the bench. And then, I don't know, maybe probably someone new plays on that right hand side, someone with some speed. So that way her and Riviera can kind of, just absolutely terrorize defenses. Yeah, Ziggy with a frustrated challenge there. And then Tune almost got into it. I was just talking about her. Yeah, there's some frustration around this team, I think. And I don't know what's going on. The TCA goes back to Fallon. Fallon pressed by England. Fallon goes long. Spurs win that ball. Spurs dump it back in. The TCA pops it up in the air. Ziggy tries to flick it on. Park flicks it on to nobody. Well, to a Spurs player. Spurs have the ball. This is kind of a frustrating watch. I'm not gonna lie. Like I'm trying not to go to the negative side. I'm trying not to go to the dark side, but like this is kind of frustrating to watch. It's frustrating to watch. It's not enjoyable to watch us lose. Um, like right now, I'm watching the match because I enjoy football and I support Manchester United. But apart from that, there's not a whole lot of joy in this match at the moment. Ziggy gets a yellow card again for a foul. She will probably be the first to get yanked off the pitch because if we go down to 10 women, then that's game over. Spurs clear. Just copy that, paste that. Sorry, one man band here, so got all my stuff open, my socials open, trying to put a tweet out here. Sandberg with the throw deep into Spurs territory. Flick from Turlin. Mallard, nice touch. Mallard shot. I think his Spurs player is down. Is Hunt from Spurs. He needs a moment. Hunt is receiving a little bit of treatment from the Spurs medical staff, making sure that she is sound of body and mind. This is agonizing, though. This is agonizing to watch. Raffo is she's getting ready to come in. Raffo's coming in for, let's see who. Looks like Hunt is okay for Spurs. Of course, you don't want to see anybody get injured, so glad to see that. So yeah, like I said, Ziggy I's coming off. She's coming off. Ralph is coming on. Yeah, Ziggy I was going to give herself a red card if she kept going, so I knew she was going to get yanked. Like I said, but I'm trying to think what formation we're going to play though, because Ziggy is kind of like an all-around player, whereas Rolfo is a little bit more attacking. Let's see how we lined up. It looks like Toon's kind of dropping in a little bit next to Miyazawa. Or maybe we're in that 4-1-4-1 that sometimes gets played also. That's a foul, Sandberg. Come on, you're going to get a card for that, probably. No card, okay. All right, Koga gets a restart for Spurs. Koga goes long. Spurs win that first flick on, but that rolls through to Fallon. Leticia on the ball now. Yeah, it looks like we're playing a 4-1-4-1. Looks like. So it looks like we've got Riviere, Leticia, Jansen, Sandberg across the back four, Miyazawa and sit in front of them. And then we've got Park, Toon, Rolfo, Mallard as another four. And then um, Turlin up front. Oh, man. Here comes Spurs. 3-0. Something's got to change. Something's got to change. Something's got to change. It's got to change now. Something. Something's got to change. I know. Was that Holt who just ran like the length of the pitch? Yeah. And then Thomas with a nice finish. I mean, something's got to change. It's got to change now. Something's got to change right now. I don't know. I don't know. I mean, that was my worry about going to the 4-1-4-1 is that okay, we might have a little bit more attacking impetus, but if they get through those first five players, we're going to be well exposed because we like to commit players forward. So if we get in a foot race, we may not win it, and that's kind of what happened. I don't even know. I'm trying to explain it, but I don't know, man. Turling with a low shot wide. Yeah, like we're not playing as a team. I don't know what's going on. Like we're not playing as a team or something. I don't know. I don't know, man. This is frustrating to watch. This is frustrating to watch. I don't know how many times I've said that now, but this is frustrating to watch. Down line for Park. Park cuts it back. It's like we can't pass the ball. Like we can't pass the ball. Like I'm just oh my goodness. 66-minute throw in. We've set up camp around Spurs' box. Over to Sandberg. Sandberg's trying to get to the byline. She does. Cross into the box. Rolfo over the bar. Again, we cannot hit the broadside of a barn with our shots. We can't shoot to save our lives. Like if someone said, Bryan, your life is on the line and we need a Manchester United women's player to score a goal to at least get it on frame to save you, I would say let's go ahead and start making the arrangements, or because looks like Galton's going to come on. Well, I did well to keep that ball in, very well to keep that ball in. Is out for a throw in for Manchester United. Another throw in for Manchester United. Thomas with some defensive work, the last goal scorer. Galton is on for Turlin. Galton's on for Turlin, so I think that means Mallard goes up top. Um, that's my guess in terms of the formation change. So you've got Rolfo, Park, Toon, Galton, and then Mallard up front. Riviera has a pocket pick. I don't know what's going on there. Spurs have the ball. Cup now. The Spurs made any changes? I don't think they have. Mm. Yeah, the Spurs haven't made any changes. Sundberg does well defensively there. And finds Miyazawa, who finds Riviera. Riviera pushes forward. Toon. Toon to Rolfo. Rolfo crosses into the box. Cleared away by Spurs. Mallard. Toon. Shot. Wide. 70th minute coming to a close. Riviera on the ball. Pushing forward. Across the halfway line. Park. That pass from Riviera was too far in front of Park. Now she commits the foul. Like it's like, oh my God, you can almost predict what we're gonna do wrong. Here goes Mallard. Rolfo. Back to Mallard. Park, show your feet. You're right there. Come on. Like why? Ball into the box. Flicked up a Mallard. Caught by a cop. Cop falls on the ball. There's just some strange choices that we are making. Like that the players are making specifically. I mean, like there's some strange choices. United through. Right at the halfway line. Riviera takes it. Leticia over to Janssen. Janssen to Sandberg. Sandberg to Toon. Toon out to Galton. Back to Toon. Janssen. Park. Toon. Galton gets a good cross off. Toon. Toon scores. Toon scores. Toon scores. She heard me talking about her, I guess. She scored. She scored. 3-1. 3-1 is the score, but no time to celebrate because, I mean, it's, 3-1, 74th minute. Um, I mean, it was a weird, I think, unintentional shot uh, from Toon. Kind of like a side volley. I don't know. I don't know how she pulled it off. Mallard got a yellow card there because she shoved one of the Spurs players who was trying to grab the ball and slow things down. I don't mind it. I mean, I appreciate the energy and aggression and urgency. So no qualms with that one. Riviere with the head of steam down the right hand side. Cross to the box. Cross does not make it into the box. Apparently Riviere said it was a corner, but is a goal kick instead for Spurs. And a controversy over that. Some people thought it should have been a corner kick. Some people thought it should have been a goal kick. I mean, it trying to be a goal kick. I can't see from that replay on replay. I mean, there's no time to debate it because I mean we're down 3-1, 77th minute, so we got to get the ball and keep rocking and rolling. Leticia on the ball now. Like I haven't said her name in a while. Sandberg. Sandberg back to Janssen. Janssen to Leticia. Leticia to Riviere. Zero video says nice reaction, mate. Thanks. I don't know which part you saw, but I am Park with a shot, long range shot. That's batted down off the crossbar again, and then over. Spurs finally make a change. England's going off. Man, this is slow. This is a drag to watch the rest of this because I mean, yes, we got the goal, but I don't. It would be a miracle if we come back and get anything out of this. That's a foul. 3-2. Here we go. 3-2. Wow. I couldn't even commentate on what was happening there because it was just like a mess in the box. Fell to Rolfo's feet. She put it back in the net. 3-2. Game on. Like I said, it'd be a miracle if we get something out of this, but we just might. We just might. It was a shot from Park. It kind of bounced off of Mallard, and then Rolfo was right there behind Mallard to kind of put it back in the net. Well, not kind of, to put it in the back of the net. I mean, wouldn't this be a very Spurs thing, though, to give this one away? Oh, man. Here come United again, though. Park on the ball. Sandberg, Galton, Park, Miyazawa, Janssen. We're suddenly playing with some intensity that I haven't seen us play with in a while. Riviera cross. How is that not? How have we not scored? Wow, this could be 3-3 at the moment. Wow, well, well, Bartrip on the line. Oh, this is BS. Now you got the Spurs keeper and other players sitting down trying to eat up the time and clock and slow momentum. Like, come on, corner kick. Just looking at Twitter light up here with the belief maybe it's a corner kick though. Corner kick ball in, up in the air. Cup comes away with it. This could, hey, a miracle could happen. But now the Spurs players are falling, dropping like flies here and trying to eat up the clock. But if the referee's doing her job, she'll add on the time. Goal kick, Manchester United. Sandberg, Park, offsides. I, I want to scroll back or rewind and see where this sudden urgency has come from the team. Because we started out the match and it looked like it was going to be a landslide. It looked like it was going to be the reverse of the well. Not even reversing this score. It looked like it was going to be like 3-0, 4-0 the way we were starting out. Obviously, we got unlucky hitting the crossbar. Spurs got their goal, and I thought it was going to stay like a 1-0. Then they got to 3-0. But then somewhere, I don't know if it was the subs, if it was the introduction of Galton and Rolfo or what, but like our intensity just suddenly went up through the roof. Spurs still have the ball in the corner. Spurs trying to keep it there, I think. It has now been poked free. Here comes Park through the middle. Play Rolfo. Come on, get there. Get there, Rolfo. Get there. Yeah, she's going to get there. Cut back outside the box, into the box. Park can't quite connect on it. The ball is cleared and is rolling back. Sandberg's going back to collect. Tune. I feel like now Spurs are going into like emergency mode. Like they've hit the DEFCON level 1 button. It's like every woman behind the ball now. Tune into the box. Can't quite get there. Miyazawa slams the door. Park. Riviere, good work. Cross to the box. Oh, first time shot from Park is wild and wide. But you know what? You know what? Okay. I think I'm going to answer my own question. And I think I'm going to back myself when I said earlier, and that Park needs to be playing more central. I think with these latest shifts with the team, Park is more central. She seems to be on the ball more. She seems to be making more happen. And I think that has just upped the level for our team. Cup is getting a yellow card for time wasting the Spurs keeper. But yeah, I think Park is uh is the reason. I'm gonna say Park's the reason. I'm gonna say Park playing in the center of the pitch is the reason why we've now got these 2 goals. They're on Manchester United. TCA Park, 90th minute to the handball. No. Tune, Tune Riviere, Tune overlaps, Tune cuts inside. Janssen have a shot. Have a shot, Janssen. No. Okay, Sandberg other side. Sandberg in the box. Sandberg gets to the byline. Sandberg cross. Galton can't quite make good contact with it. That's cleared away by Spurs. 5 minutes stoppage time. 5 minutes. United still attacking here. Nice little chop from Tune. Tune out to Sandberg. Sandberg 1-on-1 for the defender. Going to the byline again. Cross. High and far. Riviere's claiming a trip in the box. Park puts it in the box again. Ball's up in the air. Ball's still loose. Spence cleared it for Spurs. Leticia tracks it down at the halfway line. Janssen. Galton does well enough to get there. Can't quite keep it in, though. Spurs are going to take their time with this throw for sure. They didn't. Okay. They hurried it up. I guess the referee, I heard the referee's whistle. I think maybe she was like, come on, don't waste time here. Riviere now playing center back, basically at the bottom of the center circle. Letitia is playing right wing back. Rolfo up to Mallard. Scramble in the box. Neville slides it out for Spurs. Throw in for Manchester United. Quickly taken. Janssen. Letitia. Toon. Riviere. Outside the box. Gets to the byline. Cross. Overhit. Sandberg tracks it down the other side. Janssen. Janssen tries to cross that one in. That is blocked and out for a corner kick, Manchester United. We're about halfway through the stoppage time. It was 5 minutes stoppage time. We played 2 minutes and 30 seconds of that stoppage time. Fallon has gone up. Fallon has gone up to try and get ahead on this. Crosses in. Free kick for Spurs. Still 2 minutes to play. 2 minutes to play the stoppage time. So anything could happen here. Anything could happen. Honestly, even if we did draw this, though, I would still be very disappointed in the fact of like how we got to this point, right? I mean, I'll take the point if we can draw it, but I still there's still a lot of questions over how we got to this point in the first place. So here comes Janssen across the halfway line to Sandberg. Sandberg trying to work with Park on the left hand side. Janssen. Letitia. Letitia back to Janssen. Janssen to Park. Park to Galton. Far post. 3-3. 3-3. Rolfo. Wow. 3-3. How do you explain it? I don't even know. It's 3-3 at the moment. It's 3-3 at the moment. Are we going to go on to win this with 45 seconds left? Are we? Are we? But I'll tell you right now, again, my hypothesis I think is right. Park needs to be at the center of it all. It can't be Toon. It's got to be Park. It's got to be Park. She's finding the passes. She's driving the play. She's making things happen. That's a good ball from Galton across. And of course, Miss Champions League, although it's not the Champions League, is there to finish on the back post. Um, yeah. This is a very Spursy result here, I would say. Corner kick for Spurs. We've played the 5 minutes now. Riviere looks a little bit winded. There's a cross, a corner kick, excuse me, for Spurs. Hand is up. Ball's in the box, low. That's a poor corner. Manchester United come away with it. Park. Park dribbling. Everyone's flying forward at 100 miles an hour. Got to get in the box. Got to get in the box. Come on. Ah. Ball into the box. Here we go. Rolfo. Oh, Rolfo fluffs for lines. That's 3-3. Oh my gosh. Okay. Wow. That was a heck of a finish. 3-3. It should have never been that. It should have been 3-0 Manchester United, but we couldn't hit the broadside of a barn. Our finishing, up until the last like 15 minutes there has been crap. It's been crap for a while. We got away with it. Got away with it today. Got lucky. I'll be honest. Probably got lucky today because we had 34 shots. 34 shots. 34 shots to Spurs is five. That's insane. 34 shots to their five. We had 11 shots on target. They had four on target. We hit the woodwork four times. We had 14 shots off target. Obviously, doing the math there. We had nine blocked shots. We had 23 of our shots came from inside the box. So 11 came from outside the box. I mean, crazy shot stats, but our conversion is horrible, right? Someone getting 34 shots, they should be scoring like 8 or 9 goals, right? So our conversion's terrible. Um, I don't know what to say. Got away with it. Jess Park needs to be at the center of everything, center of the pitch. It can't be Toon. I know she scored, Toon scored, but like the game slows down with Toon. It goes faster with Park. That's what I have to say on that. Um, and I will leave it there. That's it. Not a whole lot to say. We survived and got a point. Still not quite good enough to be honest. The subs and changes made a big difference, I think. So I'll credit Skinner with that. But like I said, Park has got to be in the middle. It can't be Toon. So I'll peace out on that one.